Do I need life insurance? I could just say yes and leave it at that, but you need to make an informed decision. So let's get started. First, what is the purpose of life insurance? The basic answer is it's to protect your loved ones from financial hardship caused by your death. So it could probably be more called death insurance, but it goes far beyond that. Let's see. Basically, the definition of life insurance is a policy that will pay a specified sum to beneficiaries upon the death of the insured. Let's get started. You might ask, I'm still pretty young. Why should I have life insurance? Isn't that for old people? Well, it's good that you're young. It's great. But being young is a real advantage when it comes to life insurance. You see, the younger you are, the cheaper it is for the greater amount of coverage. So let's look at why you might want to get life insurance. Are you the main source of income to the house, the breadwinner? You might say, well, yes, but she works too. Let me ask you, if you were no longer there, would she be able to keep your home on her income alone? Think about it. All too often, what happens when the main breadwinner dies, while the family is still mourning, they suddenly find themselves being evicted or their home going into foreclosure because they can no longer afford to stay there. So on top of grieving, they're facing the upheaval of having to move. If that's the case in your family, you need life insurance. And it doesn't matter who's the breadwinner. The sudden loss of income through death can be financially devastating to those left behind. Before you make up your mind that you don't need life insurance, think about your family. Now you may say, I'm a single parent. I can't afford life insurance. I understand. But I have to come back and ask you, can your children afford for you not to have life insurance? If, God forbid, you die, what is going to happen to your kids? If there's any question in your mind as to their future without you, you need life insurance. Whoever ends up caring for your children, will they have the resources to give them the life you would want for them? And you do not want the government having to take care of your kids. Make your plans now. You may ask, my wife is a stay-at-home parent. Why should we have life insurance on her? Or, my husband stays home with the kids. Why should we have life insurance on him? I'm glad you asked. Let me count the reasons. So here's the question. Can you afford to stay at home and do all that the stay-at-home parent does and still pay all the bills? That stay-at-home parent is busy babysitting, cooking, laundry, housekeeping, chauffeuring, tutoring, shopping, and a whole lot more. If your answer is no, then yes, you definitely need life insurance on the stay-at-home parent. Next question. Do you have a special needs child? If your answer is yes, then you absolutely need life insurance, and the sooner the better. Next question. Have you co-signed a loan? If your answer is yes, then you should have life insurance. If the person you co-signed for defaults, then who is going to have to pay if you've passed? A short-term policy that would cover the amount of the loan would ensure that if there is a default, your loved ones are not going to be responsible for your debt. Another question. Do you have credit card debt? If your answer is yes, then you need life insurance. Don't leave your debt for your loved ones to pay. Again, a decreasing term policy would clear up that debt on your death and protect your loved ones. Next question. Do you have a mortgage? If your answer is yes, then you need life insurance. Remember, the insurance through the bank that comes with your mortgage goes to the bank, not to your beneficiary. Again, a decreasing term policy will make sure your loved ones are not going to be burdened with your mortgage and that they will have something to live on after you're gone. Okay, so you're not young anymore. Who is? So you might ask, why should I get insurance now? So let me ask you a question. Are you getting any younger? No, no one is, and the older you get, the more life insurance will cost. As we get older, we're closer to death. That's how insurance companies look at it. For that reason, the price of insurance goes up every year we get older. So the younger you are, the better it is to get life insurance. What benefit is there to get life insurance when you're older? So you may say, at my age, what kind of coverage would I get and why? Most seniors who get life insurance get what is called final expense coverage. Let's look at what final expense coverage does. The average cost of cremation in the U.S. is about $3,000, anywhere from $1,900 to $5,000 actually. The average cost of a funeral in the U.S. is $10,000. It can go as high as $20,000 or $25,000. And the $10,000, that's nothing fancy. That's basically getting in a box and in the ground with dirt thrown on you. No fancy funeral service, no graveside service, not even a limousine or obituary. It's just in the ground. A funeral expense policy, final expense policy, can range from $2,000 to $40,000. That's more than enough to pay for the expenses of a funeral or cremation and leave a small legacy behind. And even if you don't think you need a legacy to be left behind, someone is going to have to come in and clean out your house. Whether it's a rental, they're going to have to dispose of your items. They're probably going to have to take off work and come. So that's what a final expense policy can help cover for those that have to pick up after you. Your loved ones should not be burdened with your funeral costs, but it happens all too often. In many cases, the grown children, themselves nearing their senior years, suddenly have to come up with the funds to bury a parent. Sometimes that means a second mortgage, cashing in a 401k, or dipping into their own retirement savings. It places a burden on them that you could easily take care of in advance. Leave a legacy and not a burden. As it is written, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Man or woman, take care of your children. My name is Cheryl Hendricks. I'm a licensed insurance agent with Family First Life Strong Tower. My goal is to help you give peace of mind to those you love. If you are ready to get the coverage you need, then let me help. Go to www.givepeaceofmind.com. Click on the free quick quote link. Rest assured that when you fill out that form, I am the only agent who will call you from that quote request. The quote is free, non-binding, and no obligation. You will never be asked for banking credit card information or for a social security number in order to get a quote. I'm licensed currently in Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Michigan, and Florida. I'm contracted with Americo AIG, Transamerica, Mutual of Omaha, John Hancock, and Prosperity. That means I can do the shopping for you. Click on the link below and let me help you protect your family's future. Be the superhero they think you are.